Hello 3D modelers. In this video we're going to talk about the manufacturer space. We'll set up the tool library and we'll define a tool to use in this project. So if you happen to be in design space, look in the upper left and you can pull down to manufacture. Once we're in the manufacturer workspace, we can come over to manage and manage tool library. What I want to show you here is that we have our open document listed here. Local libraries are things that reside on your computer. There's the Fusion 360 library. There's one more that's not visible to you here that can be created and can be useful to us, and that's a cloud tool library. So let's back out of here for just a minute and I'll show you where to go set that up. We need to come back to your preferences, and within preferences, make sure you click on manufacture, and under manufacturer, click the box beside enable cloud libraries. We'll apply that, hit OK. Now when we come back to our tool library, you see we have this cloud option. The advantage of using this is that we can define this. Let's say you defined it on one computer, but then you want it to work from a different computer. Your tools would be stored in the cloud and you could apply them from there. So now let's right click on the word cloud to create a new library, and we'll call that new library Art6. With Art6 highlighted, let's click on this blue plus sign and drop down into the milling category and pick flat end mill. Now here there are several tabs, and we're going to put data on 3 of these tabs. I'm going to give you a handout in class so that you will have these numbers in front of you. So I'm just copying here from what's in front of me. For the description of the tool, it's a 1/8 inch end mill, and it is flat on the end, and it has 2 flutes, and the length of cut, LOC, is 0.500, that's a half an inch, and the overall length is 1.5 inches. So that's what we want to put in our description. We're going to leave these other areas blank. Let's go next to the cutter tab. And in the cutter tab, it defaults to flat end mill. That works for us. We're using inches. Clockwise spindle, if that is not already checked, please do be sure that clockwise spindle is checked. And as we mentioned just before, there's 2 flutes on this tool, and our material is carbide. Now the diameter of the tool is 0.125, the decimal version of 1/8 of an inch. The overall length, as we've already mentioned, is 1.5. And we are going to get this error message for just a moment, but don't worry, as we fill in these other 3 things, this will resolve itself. So we're going to say the length below the shoulder is 0.75 inches, and then the flute length is 0.5. I went to the bottom, I got the flute length. And let's come back and get that shoulder length. Yes, we'll call that 0.6. There we go. So with those numbers all entered, this should resolve. We shouldn't see any errors. And you can see a depiction of your tool. Lastly, that's come to cutting data. And we will have the spindle speed be 5,000 RPM. But down in the feed rates, let's change the cutting feed rate to 80 inches per minute. We'll hit return, and these other numbers are a function of that top number we put in. The ramp feed rate, let's change that to 26.67. So we're basically doubling the ramp feed rate. And we will also use that same number for our plunge feed rate, 26.67 inches per minute. And then, so this next number here is a function of the number that was entered above. And then for the coolant, we do not have a coolant on our machine, so you can go ahead and list that that is disabled. Now we've done all 3 tabs. We can hit accept, and you'll see that we have this tool defined in Art6 Cloud, so we can come for any project we do in the remainder of the semester, and this tool will be available to us. If we click on our document that we're working on right now, we do not yet have the tool. So we'll come here, highlight the tool above. This is the copy command, so we'll copy the tool, and then we'll come click on this document, and we'll click paste. So there we go. Now that tool is available to us in that document. So we can hit close here. And that's all we need to do at this time to set up the tool library and define that new tool. In the next video, we'll start working on the setups within our document. See you there.